Rhonda Rousey overcame personal demons, addiction, and a family tragedy to become the face of women's wrestling, and the first two-sport women's champ in WWE and UFC history. Hip-hop icon Eminem once called her a slaughterhouse in a blouse. But what fueled her meteoric rise to stardom? This is the genesis of Rhonda Rousey. Rhonda Jean Rousey was born on February 1st, 1987 in Riverside, California. The youngest of three girls, she was named after her father, Ron. Martial arts ran in the family. Her mother, Anne-Marie, was a black belt and the first American to win a World Judo Championship in 1984. At birth, Rousey's umbilical cord got caught around her neck. She suffered brain damage, which led to years of struggling with her speech. She was diagnosed with a neurological disorder called apraxia and couldn't form an intelligible sentence for the first 6 years of her life. When Rousey was just 8, tragedy struck in her family. Rousey's father injured his back in a serious freak accident and committed suicide after learning he'd become a paraplegic. Rousey followed her mom's footsteps and began training in judo at age 11, with her mom coaching her. Just 5 years later, she dropped out of school and moved to Boston to train for the 2004 Summer Olympics. After failing to qualify, she came back home with a serious case of depression. Rousey's mom refused to let her live at home unemployed, setting off a rocky relationship between the two. But Rousey continued to improve in her training. It paid off in 2008 when Rousey, then 19 years old, won a bronze medal in judo at the Beijing Olympics. But her prize money ran out fast, and her life was spiraling out of control. Rousey began drinking heavily and developed a Vicodin habit. She'd sleep in her car between bartending shifts. Rousey thought her life couldn't get any lower. Once again, Rousey found refuge in martial arts. On August 12, 2010, the 23-year-old amateur made her MMA debut. The fight lasted 23 seconds, but it was an epiphany that launched her career. She won by submission due to an armbar, a difficult judo move that can potentially break an opponent's arm. The armbar became Rousey's signature move. Rousey quickly dominated the Strikeforce circuit, the only top fighting organization with a women's league at the time. But by 2012, the UFC was looking for women fighters and made Rousey their first choice. It was the start of Rowdy Rhonda Rousey's dominant reign as the first UFC bantamweight champion. She held the championship belt for almost 3 years. Not only was she unbeaten at the time, but Rousey's fame continued to grow in 2015 when she appeared in blockbuster films Furious 7 and Entourage.
I started working out. What do you do, Pilates? I box a little, and I do cardio. That's cute.
Rousey was on top of the world until it all came crashing down at UFC 193 in November 2015. A swift Holly Holm kick to the neck knocked out Rousey in the second round. It was Rousey's first loss and the end of her 3-year reign as champion. A year later, she lost a comeback fight to Amanda Nunes. Her dominant UFC career was over. After some time away from the spotlight, the WWE soon came calling. Rousey signed a contract in January 2018. Just 3 months later, Rousey made her debut in the ring at WrestleMania, the WWE's flagship event. Then, in August 2018, Rousey used her patented armbar to defeat Alexa Bliss and become the WWE Raw Women's Champion. She's the first woman to win titles in both UFC and WWE. And it's just the start of a promising career as Rousey begins her second act as a WWE icon.